Delano, and thank you so much for joining the Community Ledger. Today, we want to jump into somewhat of a controversial topic. Some people are trying to decide whether or not Miss Kamala has a future in politics. It appears that even though she lost, and I mean was dragged by the Republican Party, she still has ambitions to continue playing with the idea of quite possibly being the governor in California or even running for president again in 2028. So let's jump in and see what she's got to say, or let's see what others have to say.
John, I never heard anything like this before. Do you think somebody stole the money?
Well, maybe legally. I mean, look, to me, you remember the movie Mad Max when everybody's just doing whatever they wanted, the end of the world? That's what happened here. All of a sudden, everybody's got the keys to the candy store. Ad buyers, talent, consultants. There's 100 days to do it. And the money started pouring in. Remember this, Chris. It wasn't pouring in for Harris. It was pouring in against Trump. Everybody that was voting and supporting Harris was really voting against Trump. And everybody that was voting for Trump was voting for Trump. So she had all this money coming in. She had all these consultants. And if you don't run the ads, you don't get paid for the buy. They were running ads in Florida, where I live, nonstop. And I'm like, why? I mean, are they running them in Alabama and Idaho too? And I'll tell you why. If you don't run the ads, the buyer doesn't get paid. A $900,000 to put her face on the Sphere in Las Vegas. In the Sphere, the ego, the crazy, the commissions. I was at the White House for a dinner Friday night, talking to a lot of people, and I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of whispering. There's a lot of names about who got paid this, who got paid that. And a lot of people got rich on the back of donors trying to stop Trump. And I think this disqualifies her forever. If you can't run a campaign, you can't run America. And that would be the argument just day one. So it was terrible. I think she did a good job in the debate. I think she did as good a job as she could hope for in a short period of time. I told everybody, she should not have been the nominee. She was not going to win, and she didn't win, and she lost badly. So she's got to go figure out her life. She's in Hawaii.
You see what they're saying? They're saying that it's a possibility some of this money was stolen or just missing, because we know that a lot of celebrities got paid. We know that the Roland Martins and the Shields and, the Oprahs got paid. But still, even if you add up all the celebrity endorsements, all the concerts, the money's still not adding up. We're still missing a lot of money. And so that's what he's talking about right now. Like, there's whispers going on in DC and within politics with regards to where this money is.
Same thing is going to follow Harris for the rest of her career. She cannot be trusted with the money. And the party and the donors are going to be like, where is this money going? The week of the election, a former ambassador called me and said, I'm having a fundraiser, this like 2 days before the election. I said, how can you spend the money? Well, we need it for GOTV. I said, no. I stopped giving once Biden was out, as you know, Chris. I said, that's it. I'm a Biden guy. I wasn't Harris.
How do you think Biden feels about the result?
I think he's he did not want to go. He did not go gently. I said this early on. He did not want to go gently. He nominated her basically. Obama did not want her. Obama did not endorse her for 5 days. Pelosi did not want her. Pelosi told her California delegation, there'll be a conference, there'll be a caucus, there'll be a convention. We basically ran on this deal where democracy, and then we didn't have democracy in picking our nominee.
But why did Biden pick her?
I think it was to say F you to Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama and every representative that was pushing him out. And if he hadn't gotten out that Sunday, it was going to be an avalanche the next week. Adam Schiff had already spoken. Zoe Lofgren had already spoken. It was just a matter of Monday. And I think he was pissed.
So there you have it. What we have all been speculating and whispering about is now being said out loud, okay? And I've done several videos where I mentioned that Obama was not originally in support of her and he wanted a primary. And now this gentleman who was actually in support of Biden is confirming that or stating that. Obama did not stand by Harris and Pelosi did not want Harris. And he thinks that, did I say Biden? Obama didn't want Harris and Pelosi didn't want Harris. And Biden put her name in the hat as the big FU to the Democratic Party for pushing him into stepping down. He did not want to step down. It was a coup. So they come out and they say, yes, he knows that, he can't run another term. He, sacrificed himself for the behalf of America, but that's all BS. He genuinely felt like he could run, he could beat Trump, and he could go another 4 years, do another term. And so when the Democratic leaders, the Obamas, the Pelosi, specifically Pelosi, came in and was like, no, you need to step down or we're going to try to push you out, he went ahead, stepped down, and his, last middle finger to them was to install Miss Kamala Harris. And now that they have this huge loss, everyone's pointing fingers and everyone's, trying to figure out who to blame. Now, the reason I really wanted to play this is because, Kamala is in Hawaii right now. And so the issue that people are having with the fact that she's in Hawaii right now is because her campaign staffers still have not been paid. Okay. So remember, she had all of that money. They say 1.5 billion now, $20 million in debt. Yet her campaign staffers are sitting in DC and all over the US and still have not been paid, okay? And she is on vacation in Hawaii with her husband and her family. Now, the issue with that is she's got Tim Walz on the phones calling all over the US trying to see if campaign people, donors will donate more money. They need more money. They've burned through 1.5 billion and they're in the hole 20 million and they need money in order for her to just simply pay her staffers. And, the complete disregard is just incredible. And like the gentleman said, if she can't run a campaign, surely she can't run America. And when you think about it, if she doesn't even care about her staffers, how could she possibly care about citizens? Like, there's no way. You would think that she would have enough decency, enough ethics to say, you know what? I lost, but let me go ahead and put this vacation on hold so that I can at least make sure my staff is paid and can go into the holidays comfortable and taken care of. No, she could care less. I don't know who she thinks going to take care of it. Clearly she's just not concerned. She's on vacation. She's missed a few meetings. She's just not concerned. Let me pull something up here that I do want to read for you. And so I wanted to read a little bit of this article for you so you can see what others are saying now. This is the 24th. So this was just 2 days ago. Fox News says Harris disappears from spotlight, vacations in Hawaii after election loss. Harris could still play a key role in confirming Biden judges. So they've got a lot that is going on Capitol Hill, and Miss Kamala is just not concerned with it outside of the fact that her campaign staffers haven't been paid. So it says Harris arrived in Hawaii on Tuesday for what is expected to be a week-long trip, a break from the rigorous campaign schedule she kept over the last couple of months, but also from her duties as vice president, where she retains her tie-breaking vote as president of the Senate during the last few months of the Biden administration. The timing of the vice president's trip has generated questions, with some noting that many DNC staffers are uncertain about their futures, while others have been surprised by sudden layoffs. Let me go ahead and close that. Okay, by sudden layoffs. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre defended the Harris vacation during a Thursday briefing, arguing there was nothing wrong with the vice president taking a vacation. The vice president has taken time off to go spend time with her family. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think she deserves some time to be with her family and to have some downtime. She has worked very hard for the last 4 years. That's up for debate. But nonetheless, Karine Jean-Pierre says she has worked very hard over the last 4 years, and her taking a couple of days to be with her family is good for her. Good for her. So this is, Jean-Pierre, what Jean-Pierre says. So Harris is still expected to play a crucial or critical role in helping Biden push through several judges as Democrats race against the clock to top the 234 that were confirmed during Trump's first term, according to NBC. With the Democrats holding such a slim majority in the upper chamber, Harris broke the record last year by casting the most decisive votes of any vice president in history, the report says, with Democrats expected to lean on the vice president once again in the coming weeks. So yeah, she still has a job to do. So they're still looking to her to get some things done. And not just, in terms of just being a tiebreaker as a vice president and helping to get a lot of these federal judges pushed in. But to me, what should be her main concern is to assist these campaign staffers with getting paid. Now, remember, these are people that she knows their faces. She has worked with them for months and months, because a lot of those people were on Biden's campaign and just moved over to Harris's campaign. So she knows these people. Like, she knows these people by face, by name. And you're not concerned with how or when or if they are ever going to get paid right before the holidays. I just think that speaks to her disregard, her lack of regard when it comes to others. Her entire campaign, her entire vice presidency has solely been about herself. You've never really seen her do much of anything. And so this is part of the course. Now that she lost, she's on vacation. She could care less what's going on in the White House. She can care less about what's happening in the Senate. She could care less that half of her staff has not even been paid. She could care less that they're $20 million in the hole. It's about, it's all about Kamala and doing what she wants to do. And as I stated multiple times before, we dodged a bullet. Okay, we dodged a bullet. This woman was grossly incompetent, and this shows. This is a reflection of that. And so again, what say you? What is your opinion that now you can see, all of those Kamala supporters can see how she handles business, how she handles her staff, how she handles finances, and how grossly incompetent she would have been leading and handling this country. So again, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already, please do subscribe, share, and click that little bell so you can be notified anytime I load something new. And again, thank you so much for joining me. And this is the Community Ledger.